my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. 2022 was already poised to be an incredible year for Star Wars content. And then as we know, 2 days ago it got even better when we learned that The Bad Batch is getting a season 2 next year, adding it to the already packed schedule for 2022 Lucasfilm projects. In this video, I want to update you guys on what we know so far about potential release dates and why next year is going to mark a golden age for the Star Wars franchise. I'll be going through each project and giving you the latest details and reports of when we might expect them and how many episodes each one is going to be. When I typed this out last night, it dawned on me that we might be getting a Star Wars episode of something almost every single week of 2022. So without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. This year, 2021, we've had The Bad Batch, then on August the 25th we have the Luke Skywalker behind the scenes special, next month we have Star Wars Visions, and then to wrap up 2021 with a nice little bow, we have the big Christmas release, the Book of Boba Fett, which takes us into January of 2022. So technically, half of the Book of Boba Fett takes place next year. So as for the rest of the year, our confirmed projects are Star Wars Andor, which is the Rogue One spin-off series, Obi-Wan Kenobi, The Bad Batch Season 2, and The Mandalorian Season 3. It's believed that Star Wars A Droid Story is also going to drop in the fall of next year, so we're going to throw that one into the mix as well. So starting with the Cassian Andor series, this one is going to last for 3 months with a total of 12 episodes. This is confirmed by Disney Plus themselves, so this is not a rumour. My bet is that the series is going to be the first to release of 2022, right after the Book of Boba Fett finishes. That means that Andor will take us to March or April, where we're going to have our spring release. This is likely to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, but this is where things get a little bit muddled because I've seen reports saying that Kenobi will be the big winter release of 2022, whereas others have been claiming that The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to take that winter spot just like in previous years. Personally, I think Kenobi is going to be the first to release because it's already well into production, whereas The Mandalorian Season 3 is in pre-production. It's confirmed that Kenobi is going to last a month and a half with a confirmed 6 episodes in total, each episode being longer than the typical runtime that we've had for other shows. So now we move on to The Bad Batch Season 2, which is probably going to span 4 months like it did for this season, with a total of 8 episodes in Season 2. We don't yet know when it's going to come out, but it could lead us from mid-year to October 2022, and that's when we're going to get our winter release, which is most likely going to be The Mandalorian Season 3, which will take us to the end of the year, as it did with Season 2 in 2020. As with the previous 2 seasons, the show is going to have 8 episodes, or rather chapters, and Season 3 will span 2 months. So that, my friends, is the rough outline or release according to most reputable sources, and based on what we know about filming and production, it makes the most sense. Andor, for example, has started shooting many months ago, and we've had several set leaks for that one. Obi-Wan Kenobi has also been filming since March, and Mando is in pre-production and going to begin filming soon. I can't say too much about The Bad Batch Season 2, I don't think anyone can, but that's mainly because we don't know how this season is going to end. And Lucasfilm have not confirmed a release date or anything else so far. All we know is that we are getting a Season 2, which is exciting in and of itself. Now, a lot of people have asked me about the Ahsoka series and when we can expect it to release. All I will say is don't expect it until mid to late 2023. I think with The Mandalorian and its spin-offs, Filoni and Favreau have their hands full at the moment with The Mandalorian Season 3 and of course the work they've done on the Book of Boba as executive producers. I suspect they might have started writing Ahsoka, but that's based on how ahead of the game they've been for previous Mandalorian seasons, but it won't hit Disney Plus until 2 years' time. And I think by that point, Rangers of the New Republic might start production. We know it was shelved a few months ago, but it wasn't cancelled. From what I've seen in polls that I've put out, it seems that an overwhelming majority of fans, at least in my audience, are looking forward to The Mandalorian Season 3 or Obi-Wan Kenobi above all other shows. And from those same polls, there seems to be very little hype or interest around the Andor series. I think the main reason is that a lot of fans don't think Rogue One needed a prequel spin-off series, but what I will emphasize, as I've said in the past, is that the Cassian Andor series is a sort of Trojan horse. What I mean by this is that they're using the show as a bridge to other fascinating characters and moments at the same point in the timeline. So while we expect a show about the early rebellion, it's likely also going to be a pathway to seeing big characters like Fulcrum, Hera Syndulla, Bail Organa, and of course the rumours that we might even see Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was rumoured back in March that Ewan McGregor had filmed some scenes for the Cassian Andor series. So what I will say is don't sleep on the Andor series. Give it a chance and I think you'll find it's much more than has been assumed so far. But that, my friends, is everything we know about the release dates and schedule for next year. It's going to be a golden age for Star Wars, especially if you're a prequels fan or an original trilogy fan, or even both. With all of the crap that's gone on over the last couple of years, I think Lucasfilm have truly listened to the fans on this occasion, and they seem to have understood which points in the timeline fans are truly interested in. We have the return of Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor for one of the most anticipated Star Wars projects since Revenge of the Sith in 2005. We have more Grogu to look forward to, more Boba Fett this year and early next year, more Rogue One characters and story, more Bad Batch, and of course within all of those, an expansion of the Star Wars universe, with tie-ins to other elements of Star Wars media. We know that Kenobi is going to have Sith Inquisitors from Star Wars Rebels, the Mandalorian might bring in elements of the expanded universe, the Book of Boba Fett is bringing back big bounty hunters from the original trilogy and the Clone Wars, and among these, we're rumoured to have Bossk and Cad Bane. And who knows guys, maybe in one of these shows, I'll get to see the one character I've wanted to return, Mace Windu. I've wanted to see him since Revenge of the Sith because he did not die in episode 3 no matter what you want to believe. George Lucas knows it, Samuel L. Jackson knows it, and you know it. You just don't want to admit the truth. Admit the truth. Do it. But apart from all of that, what I'm really looking forward to is how much our understanding of Star Wars is only going to grow from here. Just like with Frog Lady in The Mandalorian Season 2 amongst many other characters, I'm sure we're going to be introduced to new species, new characters, new planets and so on, and it's going to have an amazing impact on growing the Star Wars universe. The best thing is that we know most of these projects are in safe hands, not only with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, who we talk about all the time on the channel, but also Deborah Chow, who is the showrunner for Obi-Wan Kenobi. She does not get enough credit or praise, and yet she's done an amazing job at Lucasfilm with The Mandalorian. Deborah is certainly a very talented director, and she loves Star Wars just as much as anyone. So to all of these amazing folks, lead the way into the new era of the franchise. And when we get amazing Star Wars projects, us the fans are very, very happy. But now my friends, I turn it over to you. Are you excited for all of these projects next year? Let me know in the comments which one Star Wars project you're looking forward to above all else, even if it's not in the list for next year. For example, if you're more into the Lando series or maybe even Star Wars Ahsoka. I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below, but otherwise my friends, this is where we part ways. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new and a huge welcome if you are, and also be sure to give that bell a good old tickle to be alerted every time I post a new video. Apart from that, I'm Star Wars Meg wishing you all a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one. I'm pleased to announce that I now have a second channel that is dedicated to my Star Wars music mixes. As many of you know, I'm a musician and composer, and as such, I create about half the music for this channel myself. After several requests, I've decided to create an entire channel dedicated to it. It's called Meg's Cantina, and on there I'll be uploading Star Wars ambience and chill mixes that you guys can relax to. They're going to be inspired by themes from across the saga and all contain animated artwork to accompany them. If that sort of thing appeals to you, then go over to Meg's Cantina or click the link in the description down below and make sure to hit subscribe. Bear in mind that channel has no impact on this one, so if it's not your cup of tea, don't worry whatsoever. Thank you all so much for your time.